Okay, with Rugby League Christmas, otherwise known as Magic Round, being over now, and it was great to see a bunch of you out there. Thanks to people who came up and say good day. It was awesome. We're now in Rugby League Boxing Day, and so as a Boxing Day gift, we have for you a look at the last team to put out their Indigenous jersey for 2024, the Brisbane Broncos. Now, we actually got a sneaky look at this on Saturday afternoon. It wasn't supposed to come out till Monday, but the cheeky boys from a store that I won't name dropped this picture early to the internet. That caused the Brisbane Broncos to bring the release a bit forward, and we got to see this jersey. So let's dig in to see what's really going on with this design. Now, this jersey was put together by artist Delvine Cockatoo Collins, and she worked alongside some of the other Indigenous boys in the squad to bring something together based around the colours in maroon and gold. Now, you say, well, that's just the Broncos colours, and yes, that's right. But there's a certain shade of maroon, which is more brown and earthy, that's been used here, which is far more symbolic for the Quandamooka people. And these are their two earthy tones, the browns and the yellow. Remember, you saw that yellow colour, or the gold, pop up in the Dolphins jersey recently. Now, this jersey design is actually called Ancestors Armour. If you look over here, you'll see why. Woven on the shoulder here is the depiction of a woven style netted armour worn by Indigenous men. Coming over to this side, and you'll see we have a cast net. We'll come back to that idea in just a second. We also have the Brisbane River that runs down, and this is playing off the city theme of last year's city jersey into what is a depiction of a rugby league football being held by one hand. And this kind of celebrates those Indigenous players who we love to see their athleticism traipsing down the field with ball in one hand, that wild carry. Over on the back, that Brisbane River idea continues on the back of the neck and then down to the ribs here. And on the back, you can see all these splotches and kind of flick marks. These are designed to be like dirt and dust and muck that gets flicked up as these players sprint down the field. The idea is that this is all the opposition we'll be seeing as these players run past them. Now let's talk about these cast nets. When the Indigenous boys from the Broncos worked with Delvine on this design, they didn't just start splashing colours out and hope for the best. They actually went back to some old Indigenous practices first. Two of those things were weaving and cast net building. And as they did start to sit down and think about the design and the colours and bring in their own elements in, Delvine looked at them and she thought, this is like a cast net bringing all sorts of people in together. And that's what I'm going to incorporate with this jersey. So it was an idea that kind of flowed out of the design process, bringing people together, and hopefully that's what this jersey is going to do for Broncos fans too. This jersey's gone away from the vivid and bright colour schemes over the last couple of years, but that does not make it lacklustre at all. Those earthy tones still pop. This is very Indigenous, this is very rugby league, and they've even gone to the extent of putting a little bit extra on the shorts. I think Broncos fans are going to be really happy with this, and this is great work from ASICS and the Bronx.